Hey guys, Aaron here with Carnivore Trade. So I want to show you how to use GEX or 0DTE or just any sort of gamma exposure to beat the market and beat the manipulation that goes on. And we'll show you how to recognize that manipulation and how it fools other traders. Also, later in the video, we'll talk about how using GEX is only one piece of the puzzle. A lot of people are using it now. It's starting to get a little bit more popularity, and it is very powerful. You can use GEX kind of exclusively, and you're going to, if you understand it, you'll win more times than not. But we've developed some tools here that help us actually kind of beat and know when the market's kind of bluffing on those gamma levels, which can save us a lot of headache. We'll talk about that example in a little bit, but I want to break down this trade here on TLT. So if you guys are following the channel, you know what I'm talking about here. By the way, if you're not following the channel, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. But let's take a look here. So TLT, if you're following the channel, you know I've talked about, like, yeah, I think TLT is probably done after a non-farm payroll for various reasons. I had a kind of blog post that I did on this. It was like the night before CPI came out, case for bonds ahead of CPI. There was a lot of reasons we can talk about. There were some technical reasons, trend line. I go over the GEX plenty. Even just the fact that yields, going super overbought here, that was enough, of a supporting reason. But there is more that we can break down here. And so we come down and we stop Monday into Tuesday at 85. And we're going to tell you why we knew 85 was going to be the low. So if we just jump over here, so you can see, and if you're not familiar with how to read, I'll just quick breakdown. Again, I have a whole video on this, but quick breakdown. I like to call them sticks here, and you can see the largest is at 85, right? This is for January 17th OPEX, so that would be 3DTE. So this was Tuesday night. I think that this data was available. And you're going to see the orange here represents kind of the net, right? How much it is skewed into one direction. And obviously, if we're coming down from 87, 86, 85, you can see, obviously, I mean, it's a clear as cut drop off here. You can tell that the range is likely just going to be, between 87 and 85, over the next 3 days. Why? Because if we were to break below, you're going to, market makers are going to have to start paying out all of that, all that orange, all that premium, right? Then you'd have to, and it does happen. I mean, you could see, if we had non-farm payroll come in super hot and there was a blowout, that would be called a gamma squeeze, right? I'm sure you've heard that term. And then you'd see these, strikes start to really gain interest and blow up to the downside, potentially. But the idea here is that, and you can see here, look at how small it is, slightly skewed to the call side, and that orange is about the same width as the red there. So the red usually will fit into the green, kind of evening it out. But so anything in between, 87 and 85 is noise. So just think of this as support. Think of this as resistance right here. But in any case, without any of the other, we can use technical analysis, oversold, overbought, the psychology of selling off into a volatility event, which is CPI, right? That gave us a good indicator so that we were probably going to rally anyway. But this adds to it, right? This adds to it. The fact that we have that 85 handle there, that's just got so much put exposure. Market makers have that incentive, institutions, dealers have that incentive to defend that. And then additionally, if we look at a month out, we can see February, this is as of Tuesday night as well, same kind of thing, right? 85 is pretty large. And after that, it's all puts. It drops off to all puts. So if we were to break 85, dealers would be on the hook for this. They don't like being on the hook, right? They don't like paying out retail. They don't like paying out hedgers, right? It's usually, we'll have that beach ball underwater effect when that happens, unless something happens. Again, we get a gamma squeeze, something, they get caught off guard, but that is rare, at least in most cases. And so you can see this kind of dropping off here after this 85 handle. So there was a pretty good bet that was going to hold, but there's a few other things here that we should talk about because it's important to understand. This doesn't always work. And you can see here, that's the day after, but here's some of our indicators that we use. It's essentially a kind of composite of other dealer exposure tools. There's more than just gamma, right? There's many other option Greeks and things of that nature that we've kind of come up with. And we've kind of combined those to pick out actual dealer exposure levels. And you can see here that this is as of the same day here. So that was the Tuesday, TLT 117, 3DTE. And he had a lot of calls there at 87, but look at how there's really not much after 87. And even there's really nothing sitting there at 85. We look at Feb, you can see 85, and then there's a big drop off in exposure on both sides. Obviously red for puts, green for calls. That kind of tells us, and that confirms here, that what we're seeing on this is correct. And what we're seeing on this is correct. There's been plenty of cases, and I'll show you right here, where, and this is why you don't want to just rely on gamma exposure. We go back to real time here. Maybe look at Tesla. I said specifically in the trading room on the 6th, like, don't short Tesla. Just like, don't short it. And like, outside of a day trade, outside of a scalp, that's fine. You can get a quick scalp off this level. It's not something you can't do, but you're looking at this going back up to December, right? And of course, I mean, everybody and their mother knew that 400 was a big level for December OPEX, the 20th. So this should have been resistance, right? Look at all that call. Look how call heavy it is, right? Call heavy above. Look at all these calls. They're everywhere. So market makers must be getting squeezed, right? That's not always the case. They do know how to hedge for this, and sometimes they see it coming in advance, and our tools will pick this up. And I'm not going to show those charts here, but you can see, again, there is a pretty good gamma squeeze from that. And obviously it took a while for that to cool off, but nonetheless, the damage was done. Anybody shorting at 400 got ripped for the next week or so. So again, it's not just gamma exposure. You really have to piece everything together. And another thing that I will piece together here for you is we're going to look at the COT. So here's another thing that can confuse, right? This is COT is kind of an old school thing. It still works, don't get me wrong, it definitely works. But if you were to look at the COT on ZN, so the 10-year, nice trend line there, by the way, that we did use. But you can see banks here are ridiculously short, right? And hedge funds are really long. Retail is also short too, but two sides are crowded. And the typical, if you understand COTs, typically you want to be with the red line. So that's the banks, right? They're usually right. They're usually a little early, but they're usually right. You don't want to trade with the retail, which is the yellow, and you don't want to trade with the blue, which is hedge funds. Hedge funds, they're usually wrong, or they're late. However, in this case, hedge funds actually were correct for quite some time. Look at how they got long here. Banks were short. Banks were short up here. They were long, or excuse me, they were short here. Banks were long. Right, look at these peak to trough. So they're actually correct. But how's that? You know, how are the dealers? How are the banks going to be wrong? Well, maybe they weren't. I think it's very highly likely that you're seeing banks short on the other side of that trade as a hedge here to this TLT position that they had. I don't know, a short put sitting down here. And why do I say that? Well, if we just take a look. This is what happened the day after the CPI. Magically, all that put exposure at 85 just disappeared. And you can see here before, we knew that was going to happen, right? Because we saw it up here with our actual dealer proprietary tools, that they didn't care about that. And that was, that was set in stone. They got filled on those, likely a short put. So my guess is the same person, the same group of people that were shorting here via the futures were using that to just push it down to an area that they wanted to buy TLT at to get a pretty good counter trend bounce. And yeah, they did pretty good here in just 3 days. So again, they were short on the way down here, and they used those shorts to push it into that 85 handle. Once those puts got closed or assigned, they used their own short covering on the futures to just push the price back up. And again, you can see that, clearly shown. If we flip back over to the next expiry is the day, or excuse me, the day after, all those puts at 85 just disappeared. So somebody was very happy. I mean, otherwise it's just a great convenience. Somebody was just very happy that banks were shorting those puts right into that, or excuse me, shorting TLT right into that put wall. So this is one of the things you can kind of uncover if you know what to look for. And, a lot of people, again, like the traditional mindset here is, oh, banks are short. You got to go short. You don't want to get short, get long until they start going long. But this is a new market now. They're always coming up with new ways to manipulate this tape and, kind of shake you out of your game here. And you always got to be trading and updating your game and updating your strategies, which is what we do here at Carnivore Trades. So anyways, I will wrap it up here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.